Manuela, currently a teaching and research assistant at the School of Public Health here in UST, and I'm honored to be here for this section. So basically, I think what I expect today from today's section is there. In our current world, you get to hear network is important, but then most times it feels like you're imposing yourself on others. And basically, I've been very skeptical about it, but this year too, I've been intentional, trying my best to also network. So I want to see how much information I can carry here to help me with my journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And your name again?
I'm Emanuela.
All right, Manuela, nice to meet you. So can we hear from a gentleman and we could go into our session? It's going to be very practical, so we don't want to waste much time this evening. Hello, do you have gentlemen on this call? Okay, hi, Mohammed, you can go ahead.
Good afternoon. I'm Nafiu Ababe Mohammed, final year telecommunication engineering student at KNUST. And my expectations for this session is to know more about ways we can connect with others, which can also improve our e-portfolios. Yes, thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mohammed. So I think I'll pick over from here and we could, engage throughout the session. So just, a little encouragement. The session is very practical, so I encourage all of us to, speak up when there's a question or, something that will make us share ideas. Please feel free. I wouldn't want to be the only person to be talking throughout. And to the moderator, I speak fast a bit at times, so let me flag that. Just in case, people are missing a point or two, please feel free to let me know as well. So give me a thumbs up if you think we can go ahead and we are good to go. All right, thank you very much. So once I'm sharing my screen, it's difficult for me to see what's going in the chat. So once in a while, I'll just come back to my screen. So if I share my screen, you can see it. You can just unmute and just say hi, then I can see your screen. All right, so can anyone see my screen?
Hi, Stephen. Please, I can see.
All right, so let me just okay. All right, so can you see it in presentation mode now?
Yes.
Just a quick confirmation. All right. All right. So once again, good evening, everyone, and thanks for making time to, engage for us to share ideas about this interesting topic. I think it got more interesting as I was doing the slides, and I didn't see the depth of this message. But I think as we go ahead, you realize why I'm also enthused about this topic. So the topic for today is showcasing and networking for opportunities. And as I said, you can call me a man for the purpose of this call. So today's objectives, we are going to look at how to strategically showcase our skills, our experiences, and potential. If you follow me on LinkedIn, one message that I've been pushing since the year began is that I've engaged with diverse students across Ghana and also beyond. And one thing I keep on realizing is that, wow, we have amazing students in Africa. We have amazing students with great potentials. And I do not really side at times with employers when they come on TV and say that, oh, they are lazy. You do not even have skills that we're looking for to employ them. There are instances I've seen that, and I do agree to an extent, but I have also seen extremely good candidates with great potentials. And one mistake I think they are making is that they are not showcasing themselves. They are not telling their story right. And they are just sitting their corner of opportunities to chase them. But if you're on this call today, we are going to, get that energy that's going to make us understand that no matter how good we are, if we sit in our corner, we can never be noticed or get opportunities that we do deserve because it's a competitive world. Secondly, to look at practical tools and techniques for building a visible and credible online presence. So as you are looking on my screen, you can look at how I've intentionally chosen certain qualifiers for certain words. And for instance, I use the word visible and credible. So that means that I just don't want you to be online, be on LinkedIn or Instagram or have an e-portfolio, which is not visible, or you have a brand that has questions about it, but I want you to build a visible and credible one. And also, we want to master the principles of intentional networking. Another qualifier here too is intentional. So that means that I don't want you to just understand what networking is and you get all your notes filled out, but you go and sit behind and struggle to, understand how to network. And you look at both formats, online and offline. And also, we would look at how to develop an action plan to make sure that you are growing your network and you are also amplifying your visibility. So, as I said, I cannot see the reactions on the page, so I'll just go ahead. But if I have any questions, I will just stop sharing and look at the screen as well. All right. So, for my introduction, our first of all would want to talk about what the keywords in the topic or theme is. That is showcasing networking and opportunities. So I guess by now, when you saw the topic, ask yourself, what at all are we showcasing? I mean, what about networking? I feel like I'm good at networking. I'll be talking to people, but why should I join a webinar like this? So in simple terms, I see showcasing as you making people aware about the skills that you have, the achievement that you've garnered over the years, and the unique value that you bring. And most importantly, you are telling your story of how you've grown over the years and the kind of impact you are making in your field. So that means that if you do not have any value to offer, if you've not been able to understand what your skills or your strengths are or what achievements you have, then that means that you would not know what to showcase. So it's important as you are going through this section, you ask yourself the hard questions. What at all am I going to showcase? Why should I showcase? If I'm to showcase, what at all will I showcase as well? And also, we go into other conversations about networking, how to build genuine. As I said, be looking at how I'm intentionally using certain words, genuine, mutually beneficial relationships that can support your career and personal development. Then also we look at opportunities. So as you are here, you don't understand what showcasing is, yeah, you have a brief idea, or your own idea about what networking is. Then you also have to ask yourself, what are opportunities? What do I count as opportunities? Where do I see opportunities? If I see an opportunity, will I be able to recognize it? And if yes or no, how would showcasing or networking help me be able to grab this? So I think now I'll move into the first interactive session for tonight. I want you to share any story or moment about any of these concepts, about a time where networking helped you secure an internship, an opportunity, or a scholarship, or what kind of challenges have you been having when it comes to showcasing or networking with people? And I think I've asked about the sessional expectations. So I would quickly just go back and see the hands that are up. Yeah, so if anyone would want to, share their thoughts, please go ahead. Yeah, hello. I think you can just unmute and go ahead if your hands are up. Hello, Harold, anyone from that system? Is anyone's hands up? I think I'll moderate the conversations for me if anyone's hands is up. Hi, was I speaking to myself? Can anyone hear me?
Yes, Mr.
Yes,
Sorry, we
we
can hear you.
Go, please.
Okay, all right, thank you. So I wanted to find out if anyone can share, a story or a lesson about networking, a time where you had a successful networking opportunity, or what challenges you have when networking or showcasing. Then we could go ahead. I don't know the only person speaking here. It has to be something that we mutually, converse about. So I can see, okay, I think there's no hands up. So anyone, please feel free to, speak up in this session. Hello, is anyone here? Okay. Hi, Emmanuel, please confirm if there are certain hands up that I'm not seeing.
No, there are no hands up.
Okay, all right. So I think I would zoom into a presentation mode since we are not ready to speak tonight, but probably as we go ahead, you may want to speak. So I'll be presenting than engaging for the time being. So Emmanuel, you can confirm once you see my screen. Hi, Emmanuel. So can you see my
Yes,
screen?
it's showing now.
All right. All right, so we've talked about why visibility and connection matter. So the next thing we'll talk about is, e-portfolios. How do we showcase an e-portfolio? Because that is what we've been doing throughout these few months or weeks. Let me try to minimize this so that you can see me. Please excuse me.
Charlotte Afo has something to say.
Okay, then please let her go ahead.
Okay, Charlotte, you can unmute yourself and go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah, hello, Charlotte. Good afternoon.
Okay, please, am I well heard?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So with regards to the question you asked earlier, I would have loved to give a contribution, but unfortunately, if I understand the concept of networking very well, I don't think there has been a time that networking with maybe strangers, people that I had met in a conference, helped me in any way. And mostly, sometimes, because I've met speakers that are nice, but some still always have a certain look that sort of stops you from even wanting to approach, even though you would love to, you would want to communicate, but you really want to draw a dividing line between you bothering them and you really wanting their help. Yes, so that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Charlotte. So I've been able to crack the code about how to approach people depending on their personality.
Please, the question again.
So I was asking that, so I understand that people have different personalities. When you meet certain speakers or certain people, some may look approachable and others not, but they all carry value. So have you cracked a code on how to approach people regardless of their personality?
I don't think I have.
Okay, all right, all right. That's good. Thank you very much, Charlotte, for sharing your perspective, and that's a great one. And kudos on
You're
that.
welcome,
So
sir.
I'll continue with the presentation. So we've been talking about e-portfolios in the past weeks, and we've been taught how to create one. So one of the aim for tonight is to talk to us about how to showcase our e-portfolio and also tell us what exactly in our e-portfolio we should be sharing. So I'll be talking about six things. The first of it is your project and professional experience. So if you've done research projects, you've been doing academic projects or internships, or even had full-time job offers, you may want to showcase that in your e-portfolio online or probably other professional websites such as LinkedIn too as well. So when people, tap on your link, they get to have a sense of who you are professionally. And also when it comes to leadership and other drive initiatives that you've taken to, you may want to take the time to craft them very well, such as when you lead a team and also organizing events and launching initiatives. But lest I forget to mention, when you are showcasing your e-portfolio, as you have been already introduced to, you have to make sure that you're just not listing them, but your experiences are impactful. They are showing the results that you had, how measurable they are, the tools or processes that you actually use. So you may not just want to mention your project work on your LinkedIn, but you may want to add a sentence or two about the results, how you arrived at the result that you had. It's about internships. We want to know what kind of experiences you had, the kind of tools or system that you use, and the kind of result that you had. So please use that when you're also listing your leadership initiatives too. So it's about leading teams. What kind of project did you people launch? how do your soft skills actually help you here. You can use metrics such as, percentages or anything to leverage them here too as well. In your e-portfolio, when you are showcasing them, you may want to also see the skills and tools that you have. So that means your technical skills, your soft skills, certifications, or badges. So when you go on LinkedIn, see that people have taken LinkedIn tests to be able to show that they are proficient in A, B, or C. People that are in data science, we want to take Microsoft Azure certifications, AWS, and the others too as well. If you are in accounting or other professions, we want to, showcase your professional affiliates such as the ACCA, the CFI, or the CFAs, and the others too as well. And we also want to showcase your achievement and recognition. So some of you have had competitive scholarship awards while you're in K University, MasterCard, and the others. These are impressive records that I want to also list and share experiences to as well. If you are in computer science or into data science and you've been to hackathons, so you may want to list them there. If you've been awarded and been on the dean's list, you may want to add it as well. As I said, it's not about listing them that we want to see, because the difference between your CV and portfolio is that your resume may be a page or two, but your portfolio allows us to know you beyond the CV that is submitted. So there's an opportunity to your website, it is your LinkedIn. Feel free to mention the rankings that you were placed in to receive the scholarship or the award to as well. And also, we have websites like Medium, Wix, and the others, and LinkedIn, or our website that allows us to, share our thoughts, allow us to, publish our content. People who want to leverage social media sites like, TikTok and Instagram too as well. And you hear me, putting these ones in a one, because when you talk about the e-portfolios and networking and all that, our mind goes to a very professional side, which is very great. And we forget that there's a way to also Instagram, right? There's a way to WhatsApp, right? There's a way to also use TikTok, right, too as well. So it's not only about LinkedIn. And I wanted to even share this, that interestingly, most of the opportunities are so fine.
Mr. Sari, please, I think your
It is surely in me. I don't want to shorten them bad approach to. Okay, so I just have let them please, that was, you could hear me through. Yeah, hi, I'm listening.
yeah, your line was breaking a little bit, but it's better now. Okay, I think our facilitator is having some technical difficulties, so let's just wait for some few minutes. He'll be back. He'll be joining us.
Hey, hi, Mars. Apologies for you. I pick it up again. So let me log in on my phone as a backup.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Hi, Emmanuel. Hi,
Yeah, that's
Aaron. Yeah, so I wanted you to confirm where exactly I got to, what you heard. The last part, then I could pick it up from you. Hi, Emmanuel. Hi, Harold from the Access team. Can someone hear me and confirm who exactly I go to?
Please, you are at testimonials and endorsements. I'm sure.
Okay, so I just want to confirm what's the last thing you heard, and I could just rewind.
So please, the last thing you were saying was we should not limit our network to professional space only, but Instagram, YouTube, these things they are there. We can use them, and we're making a scenario to I think what you did, and that was when you started cut the line cut. Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, Peter. So, Peter, can we do this? I'll be intermittently calling you out to just find out if you can hear me. My network is,
Your line was breaking
pretty.
again. Please. I I heard you though, but your line was breaking.
Hello, Eben, are you there? It's gone off again. All right, everyone, just give us a few minutes. We'll join you soon. Bye.
Okay, everyone, thanks so much for your patience, and I hope it's fixed now. So, hi, Peter. Can we proceed?
Yeah, we can proceed. The line is
All
clear
right.
now.
All right, sure. So let me just quickly share my screen again. Apologies, my MTN router just keeps on fluctuating. Okay, Peter, so can you see my screen and hear me well?
Yes, I can.
All right, so we'll quickly just rush through since, time is not on our side. So I was mentioning that we should only focus on professional sites like, our e-portfolios and LinkedIn only because there's a way to WhatsApp, right? There's a way to TikTok, right? Or LinkedIn, Instagram, right? And I was sharing how much I am introverted at times. So I was not only comfortable, sharing on LinkedIn, but I realized that WhatsApp is a safe space for me, and I also have control over who I add on my WhatsApp, contact or chat list. So right from first year, when I got to school, I identified a problem. I read psychology. Anytime I asked any friend that what do you think psychology was, or they asked me what program I was doing, they just only assumed I read people's minds. And I read about my program, realized that I may want to go into HR or clinical. So that means I'll need clients. So if my friends don't know what psychology is about and I become a clinical psychologist, who is going to patronize me? So what I started to do was to take my time to be once in a while share a few articles about psychology on my status and also highlight what I was doing in my extracurricular space and academic space too as well. So with time, most of my contacts and people knew that Abraham was reading psychology. So it wasn't a nuisance to them because I was sharing something that was valuable. And people would reach out to me that could you do A, B, C, or D? So with time, my WhatsApp was able to sell what program I was doing, what value I could bring to people if they patronize me. Should I become an entrepreneur? So I hope I'm making sense. Peter, confirm if you heard me and I could proceed.
Yeah, I heard you.
All
Anytime.
right, thank you very much. Okay, so I've talked about point five and number six, I think it's self-explanatory. So your e-portfolio should also make space to, showcase testimonials or endorsement that you've had. When go on LinkedIn too as well, please make sure that you ask your supervisors, after your internship, your work colleagues and others, or people that you did projects with to be able to endorse you too as well, so that it adds some credibility to your profile as well. Then let's proceed to the next part. So, what does it mean to showcase with purpose? I think now we've been asking ourselves, so we understand, what we could showcase and why we should showcase to as well. So now let's go to the next question, that is what it means to showcase with purpose. So showcasing is highlighting your strengths and values. And I want us to really understand this very well because when you just jump on LinkedIn or e-portfolio development because Access has told you to, build an e-portfolio or jump on LinkedIn because you get jobs or whatever reason that you jump on there, but you do not understand your why, you do not understand where your strengths and values are. That is when you hear people making comment like, "Oh, LinkedIn is a place for pressure." Why do you have an e-portfolio as an undergraduate? You are doing too much, and you also be fighting the imposter syndrome that you at times feel like, what if people discover that I'm not that person that is on my e-portfolio? Or I've exaggerated my experiences. So to avoid all those psychological barriers that can hinder you from progressing or having an impressive e-portfolio, make sure that you able to identify where your strengths are and your values too are. So that when you jump on your website or you jump on your social medias, you know which direction to go, you know what to jump on and what not to jump to as well. And most importantly, when opportunities are coming to you too, you'll be able to identify them too as well. So please highlight what your strengths and values are. Do not try to be every single thing on your website, your e-portfolio, or also on LinkedIn. That wouldn't be helpful. Try to craft a niche too as well. And the next point too that I want to clarify is that showcasing is not about bragging, but it's about being authentic. So do not let anyone talk down on you that, oh, you have an e-portfolio. That's an amazing stuff, but don't think you're doing too much. Why on LinkedIn? It's a place for people to just brag. No, tell them that you carry that value that you have. If you're a graphic designer and your portfolio is selling what you're doing, be confident about it. If you are into other businesses or a student, you're doing research and you know that you have that kind of competence to run it, do not let anyone talk down on you or make you feel like you are, being proud. No, let them understand that this is who you are. If they come to test you, they realize that you're authentic and not bragging. So please make sure that you're carrying capacity. You really are who you are out there so that you do not fight this kind of, setbacks. And the next thing to is that when you are showcasing, please make sure that you are choosing your platform wisely. For instance, I'm only on WhatsApp and LinkedIn. You won't find me anywhere else. I left other social medias for other reasons, and I'm very comfortable on WhatsApp and LinkedIn. And I have reasons for each of them, and I know what I do them. So make sure that you are knowing where you are jumping on. When you're jumping on, getting an e-portfolio, know what exactly you are doing with it and all that. So please make sure you choose them wisely. The next thing too is make sure that you are timing your presence strategically. So I, for instance, had a plan right from first year. So as I said, I started from WhatsApp. I jumped to LinkedIn and I knew when to intensify my LinkedIn post. I knew when to post. So even though I'll be talking about LinkedIn a lot or mentioning e-portfolio, you may realize that I don't really post much on LinkedIn, but I have specific times that I even post. So make sure you're very intentional about when you do certain stuff when it comes to your professional endeavors too as well, and you're showcasing too. And also be consistent, have a consistent presence so that it helps you get noticed and remembered in competitive spaces. When it comes to showcasing, when you have a break in what you do, people forget about you. So right from the start, try to be very consistent. If you build a brand, then you can later on think about when to have intervals. A very clear example was recently I was asking my aunt that why is Kivo Gary always doing adverts? Because when you are even fasting and you go on YouTube, you will see Kivo Gary there. When you are I'm watching TV, you still see Kudus doing the Kivo Gary advert. And she told me that that's the same way that GB foods like Gino was all over every the place when we were kids, but they stopped doing adverts. And now Tasty Tom and others took over. So we should allow Kivo Gary to keep on doing their adverts because being consistent is necessary. Coca-Cola still keeps on doing adverts. If you go to KFC and you go and buy your chicken, you usually buy Coke. If you go to Chicken Man, you usually buy Coke. But these people are still advertising, you get it. So make sure that you're getting consistent and it will help you get noticed and remember to as well. So I've been able to measure that. And I know that even if I go offline for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and my friends need series or they need someone to maybe facilitate a certain training, my name will surely come up to their mind. So make sure that you have those kind of qualitative metrics to help you know whether you are, being noticed or not. Hi, Peter, can we move on?
Yeah, we can move on.
All right, thank you so much, Peter. All right, so what are the mistakes that people make with showcasing? So one of it is inconsistent or unclear presence. As I've said, there's a need for you to be consistent. So if you're inconsistent, that means that is a big challenge. And I think I made some posts 3 years ago on LinkedIn, so you can look up for it if you are wondering how to post on LinkedIn consistently. Even though I said that I don't do that consistently, and I told you the reason is I have my why and my when to as well. And also, please do not focus on titles over results. I've come to so much understand the importance of carrying capacity than titles. So when I go into the room, I told you that I'm very okay with being called Aben, and feel free to do that. You get it. So if they put my profile out there, you read a very long profile about me, and I come and I'm not probably sharing something valuable with you that can help you showcase a network well, then you said there's a problem somewhere, you get it. So it's not about my fancy titles being a talent acquisition and outreach analyst. It's a very long one, of course. But what kind of capacity do I have? What results can I actually give? You get it? And that is when employers complain. And I just have to keep quiet because they've got me there. They tell me the youth, have amazing stuff on their CVs. They brand every single thing. But when it comes to internships, they cannot even write common emails. They cannot do stuff without even the help of AI. So make sure that you know how to, get results and just know about titles. And I think if you are here your students leader, let me just cushion you to as well. Those are the people I mostly look out for when it comes to interviews and all that. People have done amazing stuff. I'm the president, I'm the vice president, but we interview and realize that there is something that we are lacking to get it. So please, if you're on campus and a student leader, do not let the power get into your head. Look for real results and make sure that you are building capacity as well. The next thing too is about overall promotion. I think the word itself says it. Make sure that as you are showcased, as I said, it's not about being proud. It's not about I think Nigerians would say over sabi, but make sure that you know your threshold. You get them. You should know when you are just overdoing it and you are not offering value. You get them. So make sure that you're not over promoting yourself and you're also not being a nuisance too as well. The next point too is valuable content. So I use LinkedIn too as well. Anytime I go on LinkedIn, I think I've engaged with AI for a very long time. So I know what AI content look like. And also I'm a copywriter myself. So if something is appealing to me and I know that it's human written, I could feel it to get them. But now when you go through LinkedIn, everyone is trying to use AI to write so many content, advice and all that. And you just are not even compared to really to get them. So make sure that your content is valuable. I think valuable itself is even like an AI word here. So make sure that you are, adding content that when people read, they could get something new from it or at least engage with it. And the next thing too is about not updating regularly. Please, if it's your e-portfolio website and you've graduated and it's your CV on your website keeps on saying you're in school, please, that is a red flag. If on your your LinkedIn, the dates are just wrong, please make sure that you are keeping every single time about your e-portfolio up to date. And the next thing is about how to make your profile speak powerfully. So there's no, LinkedIn 101, but it's about e-portfolios and others. So make sure that you have a very clear headline and summary for your e-portfolios, for your LinkedIn presence too as well. That when we read, we understand that okay, you are, I mean, a graduate student, you are pursuing this program, and this is what you aim to do with it. You get them, but not paragraphs that, I mean, scream nothing. The next thing too, I think explanatory. It says showcase achievement and results. I'm talking about how to make sure that we could be able to know what kind of resources or tools or systems that you used to achieve what you did, how to quantify them to as well, and highlight your uniqueness. And that is one thing I'm so much excited about America SC Africa. We help students to craft their stories out there because as you are going, people are reading the same programs as you are doing. People are having the same CGPAs that you have. You aren't the first to get an upper or a first class. People have them. You get it. You aren't the first to do your internship in top firms in Ghana. You had different backgrounds, you've had different experiences. How do you craft your story? How do you tie it all together? How do you get to know your strengths and have a sense of who you are? So if you are here, please make sure that if we talk to you when you meet industry leaders, you'll be able to make a sense of your story. And it's a powerful one too, of course. The next thing too is consistency and updates to make sure your profile is, I mean, powerful. Make sure you refresh your profile content to reflect your latest experiences and aspirations. So me, for instance, one thing I keep on doing is to make sure that as I'm refreshing my content, I'm always tying it to what I did in university. So when you look at my LinkedIn content, you realize that at times I throw back to university, what kind of courses I took, how it's helping my current work, what kind of passions did I have when I was growing up, and how is it reflecting today? Get them. So try to refresh them and update them, but not the same old story over and over again. Hi, Peter, are we on track?
Yeah, we are.
Okay, thank you very much. So the next thing to is
You're
how
welcome.
to showcase your e-portfolio effectively. So please embed your e-portfolio links in resumes, applications, and LinkedIn profiles. So if there's time after the session, I'll just do all these kind of practicals. So for instance, your resumes, you can just use the word website and put your short link there, or you can just hyperlink the word website. Please pay attention to details. Make sure that the link is working. It's so annoying when a student puts those links on their CVs and you go and click them and it don't work. It's a waste of time, you get it? So please do not annoy your recruiters. And also, in your applications, in your cover letters, you can add all those them LinkedIn profiles. So I think I will show you this. On a LinkedIn profile, there's a way to customize your LinkedIn URL so that it removes all those strings of letters, the AZ and all that, so that it becomes a very short name. So mine, I think HTTP TPSS then slash. You can even have it off here. Ebenezer Edu Asari, get it. So please check all those stuff and make sure that they are customized. I think I can share a testimony here. So I think somewhere in second year, I saw this guy do an HR internship with a top firm out there in London. Then I was like, okay, this is an exciting thing. Can I also get opportunities? So I DM'd him and he didn't help me out. So I started to email the CEO directly. And when I emailed him, he told me there's no opportunity for interns this time around because they're a startup, but it's a top firm. So that's what he told me. So, I mean, I felt sad. The following day, I opened my email and the man told me that I am a great fit for the program. And even though there are no internship slots, he wants to consider me during, I mean, summer of fall. So I should just check out. And he told me the reason was because he went check me out on LinkedIn. And that was because I had put my LinkedIn signature down there. So I may have sent one or two paragraphs as an email message, but I was able to get to know what I'm doing in my extracurricular space and all that, and how I could add value to his firm. So this is a testimony I have about how my LinkedIn URL was able to give me an opportunity. And the next thing to is you can print a QR code on a sheet or business card and carry your device along to interviews. So I know you have an amazing e-portfolio. How are you going to showcase it? So you can use, I mean, there are free QR code generators there. Put it on, I mean, a sheet. When you're going for networking events, you can just hand it over to people that you're speaking to so you can check it out. Because I always ask myself that if you are doing something and it involves recruiters or people, ask yourself, how would I make their lives easier? You get it? Would they feel it's much easier to go and type a whole website link, or probably they will just scan it to get it casually? They're just in their Uber, they can just scan it. If they're just talking to you, they can just scan it than to just say, let me go and type it out there. So you try to put yourself in the shoes of people and see how they have reacted if they were you. The next thing is a business card. You can add your QR code on it. Then also, please carry your device along to interviews because you're telling me you're a graphic designer, you're a UI, UX designer. You come for interviews and keep on telling me how great you are, but you have nothing to prove. You get it? So please carry your laptop along so you can show them your e-portfolio or I mean during conferences and all that. The next thing is always that during your interviews, walk them through your portfolio, you get it, what you've done, the kind of achievement that you've had and all that. So just don't be, responding to interview questions like that. Walk them through your portfolio so that they see what you can bring on board. The next thing is that please adapt your portfolio to the audience. So I know you have, as a student, you have research experience, you have internship experience, your passions and interests. If you're applying to something at IC Africa, let's say a technology internship, I may not be interested in every single thing about you, get it. So just make sure that you're sharing what is relevant and you'll be good to go. Okay, so now let's go to some tools and resources for showcasing your profile. So the first of it is content creation and visual design. This is something you can do away in this technological world where people would not want to spend much time reading articles or your long posts on LinkedIn. So you may want to leverage Canva if you are a newbie in designing or you have no idea. I just leverage Canva, which has already existing, templates. Adobe Express, ChatGPT is great. Microsoft Designer and Lumen 5 is great for videos. If you want to write and publish your thoughts to as well, you can use Medium, LinkedIn articles. Notion also has a great portfolio website. WordPress is free. Wix website too is free. You can leverage all these to do amazing work out there for your portfolio. And also link management and sharing. I'm not promoting anyone here, but I would always recommend bit.ly or Bitly. This is because probably because I'm from a psychology background again. So I always think about perception. For instance, if I send you a link on WhatsApp, Peter, since you're the only person I know here, and I send a link such as short URL or tiny URL, what's your first impression?
Well, I might probably open and just say, "Oh, I'll check that up later on."
Okay, chill.
Because
So,
to
okay,
me,
go
the
ahead.
link is too long. The link is too long, and
Mhm.
it wouldn't be so attractive than having a short link.
Okay,
So
that's
that's
great.
my opinion, though.
Okay, that's great. Yeah. You remember those times, some 2 years, I don't know if people still do it, when they will send you KFC as giving chicken, free chicken, and COVID time, log into this link and you get money from the government. Peter, did you experience that? You realize that mostly they use tiny URL and short URL. I don't know if you ever experienced that. So what I was trying to mean here is
No.
that perception here matters because certain short links are being used for spam, you get it, and scam. So just be sure that if you're using any URL shortener, just make sure it has a good image out there, you get it, so that people not mistaking it for spam and all that. That's my perception though. Linktree too is there to list your social so that you wouldn't want to overwhelm your document with so many links. So have a great template that you can use on Linktree. And QR code generators are free. Just Google the free ones on Google and be good to go. There are other essential AI tools. ChatGPT is always there for your designs, to your analysis, to a whole lot of stuff. They've even launched a ChatGPT Academy that you can enroll on for free for your students and a professional, and you want to advance your AI game. You can always leverage that. Grammarly is there because as a recruiter, what the last thing I want to ever see is grammatical errors on your CVs or your applications. This is because you weren't under pressure. And interestingly, out of every 10 resumes, about 8 of them will have the ability to work under pressure or have great attention to details. So if when you are not under pressure, you have mistakes in your CV, especially your name or other stuff, then that's a big red flag. So please use Grammarly. I enjoy Resume Match IO a lot because it has a good scanner. When people look for ATS scanners, they get a lot of premium ones, and even those ones don't give them great services. By ResumeMatch.io allows you to paste the job description and you're able to look at how your CV is ranked. PictoChart is there to help you visualize your metrics, your achievements, you get it, or use timelines and all that. So you can also look at that. And the last one I'll introduce you to is Quant Monday. I don't know if it's pronounced Monday, but I've been using it for the past 2 years. And I love it so much because it allows me to quantify my achievement and think about it in certain directions, which I wouldn't have assumed. For instance, when you look at certain CVs and review them, because we've always said use metrics. People want to put 20%, 50%, 30% every single place in their CVs. And it becomes annoying because at times when you read them, quote unquote, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't really add up to any single thing. You get it. But Quant Monday actually, what did you do? Okay, I launched a software that was used to track attendance. Then Quant Monday were actually, okay, can we look at achievements such as the time that you saved for students to check in, or I mean, how many users you're able to get onto the platform within a month? You get it. So you make sure that your achievements are ones that are notable and impactful to us all. All right. So before we move on into our next part, that's about, um, networking, I would want to ask if there's any questions or contributions. So I will just stop sharing my screen and go back to the chat room. All right. So any question, you can raise up your hands about showcasing whatever we discussed, any clarification, please feel free to raise up your hands. Then we would and take it from there. Hello. So feedback would be appreciated because I'm talking for a while, so I want to make sure that it's been impactful. Hi, Mohammed, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation. Okay, please, can you give maybe let's say templates on how we can communicate well on social media? Yes, communicating well with others who are already in the fields that we aspire to be in, or we are already in. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mohammed. So when it comes to written communication, in my latter slides, I've put examples there. So probably I would email you particularly the slides since you decided to speak up so that you could, get those, templates if you want them. Hope that works.
Yes, please. Thank you.
All right, welcome, Mohammed. And please, anyone else, any question, anything you want to emphasize? All right, Peter, confirm if you can go ahead since
Hello.
no one has a question. Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question. So you spoke about student leaders, yeah. So I want to know how, as a student leader, yeah, because I served as vice president and this the president of a certain club in my department. But then I haven't posted the things that I'm doing this year on my LinkedIn page because I think the issue is knowing how to craft it well so that it does not only seem as a show, but as something that's being impactful. Because we are working and just last last week at the we had a meeting on personal branding and CV writing to help the members to be able to craft their CV, which the KNUST school is asking them to craft and send to their how do you call it, their course reps to be submitted on Monday. So it's like how we are doing something, but then knowing how to craft it on my LinkedIn page is what I'm lacking here. So if you could share a lot of thoughts on that for me, please.
All right, thank you very much. And that was Peter, right?
Yeah,
Okay, great. So you are doing
yeah.
amazing work. Kudos on that. So the very first thing I would say is do not overthink it. I think I'll look for my LinkedIn post, as I said some years ago, on how to go about a LinkedIn post. I'll share them with you. I can just go through my profile. So I would just do not overthink it. But before you even start writing, you should always think about the goal. What do I want to achieve with this LinkedIn post? You get him. What kind of results do I want? So when I was Road Track's president, my aim for always talking about Road Track was to just get people joining because Road Tracks had changed my life. Road Tracks had given me networks, you get it? So I wanted people to be in that same shoe and enjoy what I was enjoying. So when I'm posting on LinkedIn, whatever it was to just make people understand that Road Tracks an amazing family and you should join, you get it? So probably your goal here is to make people understand personal branding by sharing the experiences you had during the session. And also maybe let students join the next session that you have, you get it? Or to also let them join your association. Yes, depends. Get a goal in mind, and it will direct you to what to post. And most importantly, to also help you measure the metrics that you have. So probably if I think I'm going to graduate in a year after being a vice president, I may want recruiters to know that I have amazing teamwork skills. I have amazing project that I'm doing. You get it? And let's say I am reading HR, I'm vice president, I'm organizing programs about personal branding. I may want a grad school to know that I've been interested in learning development for a while, and I'll be organizing programs around that side. So why don't I post it? You get it? So we're able to get the goal right from day one. It helps you to drive whatever you want to write. So you may just post, hello everyone, and I probably want to reintroduce myself. And just do a reintroduction post about who you are and what kind of work you're doing at University Campus. Your follow-up post can be some tips that you learn from the session and all that. So I cannot specifically point to where you can post, but I believe that whatever your long-term or short-term goal is should be what should drive it. So I think your first LinkedIn post can be on me. Feel free to shoot me a DM. Tell me what your goal is. We can write a sample that we could refine together. Hope that helps.
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Is your
Peter.
name, is your name, are you
Yeah, so
using
my
this
name is
name
What
on your LinkedIn
Appearance.
page?
Yeah, so this profile picture that's
Okay.
here, my full name is what you find on LinkedIn. So feel free to just search me or look me up. Yeah. All right. Hi,
Okay, sure.
Charlotte. I
I'll
think
do
I
that.
saw your
Thank
name.
you very much.
You're welcome, Peter. Hi, Charlotte. I saw your hands up. Hi, Charlotte. Okay, so Peter, let's proceed once again back to work. So you let me know if I'm breaking at any point or we good to go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Peter, so you can see my screen, right?
Yes, please, I can.
All right. So I think I'll still come back to the meeting room again. So let's all imagine this. There are two questions here. If you met a respected billionaire or leader for just 90 seconds, what would you say? Would they remember you? Would they want to stay in touch? The second question too is, how do you define or conceptualize networking? In your view, I know there's one popular quote someone will just surely say that your network is your net worth. So I'm already saying that's in advance. So I want to understand that how do you always think about networking whenever you hear about it? And the first question for us too is, I mean, should you have met Elon Musk or I mean the president of Ghana or US? What are you going to say? So how are you going to answer this is to tell me who you have always wanted to meet, what you have wanted to say, and we here will tell you that if we were to put ourselves in your shoes, probably we ghost you or we will surely respond to it. So I think I want to put it and project the screen, but let's just look at it for a minute, prepare our responses, then I'll come back to take out submissions. I'm trying as much as possible to make sure that we are engaging. So please let's try to, share our thoughts. If not, I'll just continue presenting. Thank you. So Peter, I'll surely start with you. You are my best friend for today. So I'll start with you. So think about this so that you give me a response. You lay the path for others to follow.
Sure, sure. Okay, please.
So when you're ready, you can just go ahead.
Okay, please. Give me a minute.
That's totally fine with me.
Okay, so am I good to go?
Yeah, you are, Peter. Please feel free.
Okay, so for me, I think the one person that I've always wanted to meet is the General Secretary of United Nations. That's Antonio Guterres. Yeah, I am really, really into the things that United Nations is doing, especially with regards to sustainability. So, and that's what my club focuses on. And since especially I've joined this club and learned a lot about the United Nations and sustainability, and especially climate change and renewable energies. So because of that, I joined Inactus and joined a project called iSolar, which we are working on um, getting irrigational farms for farmers, irrigational system for farmers to reduce the pre-harvest losses that they face. So, so I would, in that 90 seconds, I think probably what I'm going to say is I really admire what they are doing, and I would like to help them in what they are doing and already started doing that by visiting certain communities to help them with their to help them get irrigation system so that during the dry season they can still farm. Realize that some farmers, because of these issues, they suffer a lot because some go for loans to do the farming, and in the long run, if they are not able to get anything, they run at a loss, paying the loan with the interest. I mean, to volunteering activities, so I could go anywhere United Nations want me to go and help the people in. Yeah, basically, this is my idea. Please, thank you.
All right,
Hope
that's
I did
great.
not exceed the 96.
All right. So I'm gonna put my shoes in his stead and ask you a few questions. I think I just want you to take this again. So in 90 seconds, imagine I'm the UN secretary and speaking to me. You've met in in an elevator. Talk to me. What are you going to say?
Uh, good, maybe let's consider in the afternoon. Yeah. Good afternoon, Mr. Antonio Guterres. I'm really a huge fan of United Nations. I really admire the work that you are doing because if United Nations is able to do anything, you are the one who's going to ascend to the things that they are going to do, be it policy issues or be it on-site work. Yeah, be it on-site work. So I think I just
Okay, so let
can
me
I take
help
it
you
again?
here. Okay, go ahead. Then go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So good afternoon, Mr. Antonio Guterres. My name is Peter Meza, a final year land economy student, and I really admire the work of United Nations. Basically, I've been trying to volunteer for their on-site, their online volunteering activity, but I haven't had the opportunity. But then, since I'm graduating, I really like to volunteer for the on-site activities. And few things about me is with regards to the SDG goals that United Nations is working so hard to achieve. My friends and I did a little something by helping the community in Ashanti region called Yamiani by by give by building a solar system to help them to a solar system to help them irrigate their farms in the dry season. Also, I've been since first year I've been in this club, the Ghana Sustainability Leadership Academy, where we learn about employability skills and also employability skills and leadership, leadership leadership, so that we'll be able to know how to comport ourselves, how to do things on and off. And also with this, I have a huge uh, I'm really good with teamwork because most of the things that I'm doing are teamwork based. Since I could not achieve any of these things on my own. Yes, I think you can take it from now.
Okay, so well done, Peter. That was really on spot. I think you're not prepared for this, but you did a great work. Lovely experiences. So before I proceed, I just want to find out what's your goal for talking to him? What exactly do you want from him?
So I want you to give me the opportunity in one of the United Nations office, especially the one that do with renewable energies or renewable energy or sustainability, so that
Yeah, that's great.
can.
Okay, so two things I would say here is I think you've heard me talking about why and goals a lot during the session, right? So knowing your goal is very much important and your story is very important. And one thing I ask myself here is, okay, does he really know? Okay, he knows about Ghana, surely he's been the UN, but does he even know about Shanta region? He gets him. Does he know about my village, Achimhuman? You get it. So you want to ask yourself those questions and ask yourself that how is that going to make me unique? So let me just try something. So I can't pronounce his name. So let's just say you are the United Nations secretary. I don't know which title to go with. So let's just say, hi, Peter. Nice to meet you. My name is Ebenezer and I come from Ghana, specifically a small town in Eastern region called Achimhemai. Since childhood, town has been struggling with energy when it comes to electricity, and it's really affecting my education where we have to travel to the next town to even get electricity to learn for school and become the future leaders I want to become. I specifically want to be part of the UN where I would be an ambassador one day, become like Kofi Annan, who went to my high school in France, and over the years was able to advance ABCD in Ghana. And I believe that energy is one way to help people advance their, business or probably something that you get to, it ties some relevance to it. And when I had opportunity to go to Kane University in Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah Research and Technology, I joined Inactus, which is a club that advances SDGs in sustainability and energy too as well. So together with my team, we came up with a solar idea where we are recycling A, B, C, and D to help communities like mine to get electricity to do this A, B, and C. And I believe this has been a great experience for me to be able to advance such courses. And I think the next great step for me after graduation in the next 2 months is to join the United Nations volunteer to do A, B, C, and D. I don't know if I'm making sense or it's giving you
Yeah,
some direction to how you go
you're
about it.
making sense.
Yeah, so your story helps. So I don't know which lessons you pick from it. Yeah, so basically just that. Yeah. All right. So the next question
I said a
is,
lot. The articulation.
yeah, Peter, go ahead. I would love to hear your feedback.
So I picked a lot. How you were able to articulate yourself, and also being able to emphasize on the important thing that you want him to pick really stood out, and I think that's something I was lacking. Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Peter. So looking forward to your unique stories as you progress. So is anyone thumbs up want to share their story or tell me what they would want to define or conceptualize, networking as? Oh, hello team. Okay. Terrence, you can go ahead.
Okay, so I think networking, if I'm not going to say what you already said, should be once, should I say that once, or should I say a group of people one can call at any time, who are of benefit to the person.
Okay, great. And Terrence, you are doing computer science, right?
Come again?
You are reading computer science, right?
Yeah, computer engineering.
Computer engineering. So let's start from that foundation. So in computer engineering, what is networking? How can we actually understand it in layman terms?
So simply like a link that links everything. Sorry for using the word link 2 times, but yes, in layman's language, how everything is connected. So the seamless
Okay.
flow, yeah.
Okay, and when you say networking computers, what are we doing here?
We are sharing information or passing information to them seamlessly.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. All right. So we will build on this premise and continue with our conversation. So Terence, confirm if you can see my screen and we can proceed.
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right, thank you very much. So the reason why I asked Terence from computer engineering about networking is I just wanted to hammer on 2 things. When it comes to networking computers, you are sharing information. So that's one way to simply conceptualize it to get it. It's not about wanting to get something from someone. Just information that can make you grow or help you perform better. And another important thing too is that when you're networking too, you are being given something that's mutually beneficial. You get it? If Terence can confirm that, because one computer may have something that the other computer needs, and the other may have vice versa. Terence, is that true?
Very true.
Exactly. So that was even the main point I wanted to arrive at. So when it comes to networking, it's not a one-way side where you always have to be on the receiving end and always be asking for jobs, internships, or money or something else. So let's get into what strategic networking is. So the first point to know is that networking is about building meaningful relationships. I think we all already have an idea about how to conceptualize relationships in the professional world already. So it's not about you wanting to always, as I said, be at the receiving end, give me internship, I need a job, I need a scholarship, start here and here, helping me with assignments and all that. But it's also about how to also add value. And one great question I always get from students when I talk about networking is that, okay, Aben, I'm a student. What can I offer? A CEO. You are telling me it should be beneficial, mutual. What I thought can I give to, a rich man in Accra that I've met at an event? So I think for me at my age, I should always be at the receiving end. So we would continue as we go ahead, we will get to know how we can be able to give value to people that we literally cannot give anything, as we just assume. And the next thing too is that when it comes to strategic networking, you have to see them as purposeful connections. As I keep on saying, you will have heard many times that I ask about goals and why, goals and why. That is because there is no time in this world to be chasing try and errors or trying to do every single thing because people are doing them or you are being told to do them. You may get fatigued, you may get tired, you may just ask yourself, why am I doing this or why am I wasting resources if you do not know the direction you are going or your why? So make sure that when you are connecting with someone, you understand why you are doing that. And when you keep on networking, you get to that point where you do not weigh people in advantages and disadvantages. I'm using this because we are in a world where now most people would want to literally use people for their benefits. What will I gain from this? How am I going to use this person? That is how most people want to engage with people this time around. But when it comes to professional relationships or networking, it's not about that. How do I use people? What is the advantage to having this person or disadvantage? No. It's about purpose, which is different from advantages and disadvantages. So please think about this critically too as well. And the next thing to emphasize here is that it's not just who you know, but why. So if you connect with Terrence here and you don't know why you're connecting with him or Peter here, then there's a big problem somewhere. Because the day that you want to probably start a new project and you don't know what every single person on network is adding to your life, then you'll be stuck. You ask yourself that, do I really have a network? So let's say right now, let me think about something random. I want to start a music studio. I have people in my network that I've connected because they'll be able to offer this or they're able to offer insight into A, B, C, or D. You get it? So just don't see what people can offer, but see why they should be in your network and it will really help you too as well. You get it? So let's say Terrence is doing computer engineering, he's good at sound engineering, and probably he would help me be able to amplify my stories through music. I understand why he's there. And I didn't see it as he's going to offer me free services or studio services. I rather said he'll be able to help me amplify my stories. And when I say this, people think they are just, LinkedIn words or just buzzword or trying to make it sound big. But when you're able to see things as value, like amplifying voices, amplifying your stories, it gives you a deeper purpose. It makes you realize what you can offer the world. You get it? Because you have your unique stories. You know what you want to help people with your music. You get it? But just not about the surface level of stuff. The next thing is networking strategic ones about having a good foundation. And the good foundation here is built on trust and value of strong networks. So when you just assume that people are your networks, people are your connections, and there is no trust or value, when you reach that breaking point, you realize that truly, there is no substance in our relationship here. So make sure that when you're connected with someone, you're investing time and energy, there is supposed to be trust. When you are networking with someone, you know the value they bring on board and the value you could also bring. I was recently in a place in life where I needed something from certain people in my network. And I realized that it wasn't because I couldn't get that help or direction from them, but because that trust wasn't there. You get it? So I had invested time to network with them professionally, but I had not given them enough room for them to get to trust me. And this is because at times we become robotic with the networking that we do, always trying to sound formal via emails and even WhatsApp trying to sound very formal. When we meet up, I also try to sound formal. And I realized that when these people sit behind the scenes, they may have really asked themselves, who am I behind the scenes? This is my very authentic self, you get it? But one thing that I want to emphasize is that when it comes to professional life, naturalness is really key. We're an AI world, and the people that will be able to stand out are people that have a sense of human touch. I hope you are learning something tonight. Having a sense of human touch is one way to stand out in this AI world. And people will not want to engage with robots, but I want to engage with people that are able to understand their emotions and sound very natural. And I hope you're able to connect these stuff that I'm saying to this session to as well. When it comes to strategic networking too, you should be able to know the kind of connection channels that you want to use. As I said, I'm not on other social media apart from LinkedIn and WhatsApp because I know my why, I know what I want to do there, and I know how to also do what I want to do. So decide which channels you want to be on, what kind of events to also attend, and you'll be very fine. When I was on UCC campus, I was mostly busy as I was always going up and down, attending events and all that. And I had one or two people that wanted to live the same life. And I told them that you cannot do what I'm doing because my why is different. If I tell you my background story and I tell you where I'm going, you realize that we are different people. My story is not your story. My future is not your future, even though we have similar goals, which is to get to the top and do A, B, C, or D. But you cannot keep on copying the events that I attend. Try doing the same things I'm doing on LinkedIn or not. Try to get your own path to understand your purpose and even understand which events that you are going to. So no matter how busy I am, when you ask me that, why did I go to the library at this time? Why did I go for this event at this time? I could tell you the reason why and tell you how and why it ties to my future. So please be very strategic and very intentional on campus. Just don't go for any events because they're giving certificates and you think it's to add up to your portfolio, or just go anywhere at any time. Be very strategic and know the reasons behind them. Hi, Peter, can we go ahead?
Yes, you can go ahead.
All right, so let's debunk some myths about networking. The first of it is personality myths. So you need to be extroverted to network well. And I think this is a problem most of us on this call may be having. I'm a very shy person. I don't like talking like the way Eben is talking. But I'm telling you, genuinely, I am not extroverted like this as you see me in person. When you meet me, I like talking. I'll be the most bubbly and lively person in the room, but trust me, behind the scenes, I am a very quiet person, and which my friends who know me very well understand that is really true. You get him. So when you take personality tests, I've taken a lot of them, and I know that I am 52% extroverted and 48% introverted. So I also do struggle with, networking at times. I even struggle with staying in touch. That is how difficult it is. So if you're an introverted like me, let me say it that way, like me, when you feel shy to speak up during webinars like this, please understand that networking is not for only loud people like Eben, but it's also for shy people in the room too as well. Just because you need to understand the why, which I cannot under emphasize it. Because you're in school to get a degree. What's the essence of a degree? Your degree is to either get you a job or for you to create jobs to get money. There is supposed to be an effect rate. So are you going to be in your corner for jobs to chase you, what would never happen? Are you going to stay in your corner for you to be unemployed before you can finally speak to that big person in your church or your lecturer and say that I am stuck at this point, I need opportunities? The world after graduation is not a funny one. It's not an easy one. It's not life of roses. Undergraduate life and graduation is two different things. It's about those who are able to put away their shyness and be able to read the lines between personality and going after what they want. That will help them. Not all presidents in the world are people that are extroverted. Some of them are introverted, but they're able to still, make impact. I want to keep on emphasizing on this so that those who are always going to excuse that I'm a shy person, ask yourself, how many opportunities have you lost because you are a shy person? How many things have slipped away because you shut up and you couldn't speak up for yourself? So if you are here and that's your struggle, then please look online, Google, ChatGPT is there. Talk to ChatGPT. It's a very good therapist. Speak to mentors in yourself and ask them that how can I come out of my shell without compromising who I am, so that you'll be able to, make the best out of the opportunities that are waiting for you. The next point is we think that networking is for people that want to get jobs or people that want to, do businesses. Me, for instance, funny enough, I network a lot for my future, and not only that, but for my children, my unborn children, because I don't want to have the same experiences I had in my childhood where people went ahead of me, people that didn't have opportunities went ahead of me because their parents had money or their parents knew one big person or not. So I'm networking because I want to get to that point where when I give birth and I have children and they need someone who's in legal space, I could raise a phone call and speak to my colleague that read law and have a good relationship with them. When I need something to be done urgently, and because of the value I'm offering my friends, and they can do it, they help. I don't know if any of you can relate what I'm trying to say. Look at your background very well and see the kind of things you don't want your future kids or your siblings to go through and correct it for them. Please go out there and network for the future and for right now too as well. Funny enough, most of the networking I did was never for the immediate or short term. I think about the future a lot. So I always don't try to use people or try to say that this person has money or this person is good. So let me just keep the person in my life and go there. Funny enough, all my opportunities are byproduct of what I do, but not immediate. So do not beat yourself so hard if you are networking, you are showcasing, it's not giving the results. Just make sure you're evaluating and knowing if there's a problem. There's no problem. Just give yourself time and to surely pay off. And the next thing is about quality versus quantity. It's not about having 4,000 WhatsApp contacts. It's not about having 16,000 LinkedIn people. It's not about having the most people on Instagram. It's about when you are down to the very core and you need help in certain aspects, who can you give a phone call to? And I guess as many of us are graduating or getting out of, I mean, our teenage years, we are realizing that that is how adulthood looks like. It's not about quantity at all. It's about the small circles that I can genuinely help. And I see to people that they tell me that, hey, but I help people, but when it's my turn, I get no one to help me. So ask yourself, what is the quality of my connections like or the network like? It's not about quantity. So make sure you do not chase numbers, and when you need genuine support, you are left stranded. The next thing I've emphasized on, I think, too much here is about value exchange. Please do not focus on, I mean, favors. I understand that probably you are having a hard time surviving on Kane University campus or other campuses. You've had the worst experiences in your childhood, A, B, C, or D. But do not meet recruiters right on the spot and be asking for jobs during networking events. Imagine how it feels. Every single person is asking for a job, asking for an internship, asking for A, B, C, and D. And the one that actually breaks me is when people reach out to big people and then the first thing I ask for is money. Already, I think the hardest part is especially when they are foreigners or white people. It's already a perception that Africans always want to money. And you are fueling that by adding up to the perception they have about us. When you reach out to someone who is on LinkedIn, who is outside the country, the first thing is about money, I want to come abroad and all that. Please stop that. It's not nice. Think about value here. You get it. Are they doing a research project? Can you collaborate? The byproduct of it can be a scholarship or a research assistantship. Do not think short term, but think about long term. And always remember that whatever you are doing is going to also affect people that are in that same network or shoes. So if you give a professor outside a bad impression about Africans, the first thing the person asks himself is that where is he from? He's from biological sciences at Kane University. You've red flag people in Kane University or people from Accra or Kumasi, get it? So it's never always about you, but the people that are also coming after you too as well. Peter, am I making sense? Let me just ask you, then we could go ahead.
Yeah, you are making sense.
All right, great.
Sure,
So let's
sure.
continue. All right. So what are the benefits of networking if you are still here and you are not gingered enough to go out of your comfort zone and start fighting for the future you want through networking? The first thing is personal growth. Networking allows you to grow a lot. It makes you realize that there's a bigger world out there. There are greater strides that you can do if you are working with people that have vision, people that challenge you to, I mean, be bigger than what you think today. I can give so much testimonies about this because aside my academic work in UCC, I was actually chasing, I mean, connections a lot. That was in the sense that I wanted to connect with people that thought much bigger than I was because I had so many crazy ideas. I've always also wanted to be in the UN. I've wanted to be in certain big firms that when I tell certain caliber of people, they make me feel like I am over dreaming. But I met certain people on campus and I tell them I want to be in UN, they tell me go for it. When I tell people that I want to do an internship here or the next few years, make this amount of money, they tell me this is my vision too. So I met those people through networking, and I can boast that I met these people through certain clubs like Inactus. That's where I think everything started for me. When I went to Inactus, we had to do a project and go for the national competition. It made me stand on a stage, which I feel like was bigger than I ever thought about. Made me meet other people that were more eloquent than I ever thought I was. Made me realize that I can be a better person. And these people, I can look today and realize that if I look at 10 Inactus members, about 8 of them are in grad school or outside. About 2 of them are doing greater stuff in the consulting space in Ghana. So imagine if I didn't network and I just worked on campus, will my vision have become bigger? Would I have thought of doing greater stuff? You get them. So please, it allows you to grow so much if you are working with the right network of people that do not compete with you. These are people in NATUS, the system change program, that would send this to me and say, hi, Eben, this is an amazing opportunity for you. Go for it. So work with such people and you'd only meet them through networking. And I keep on saying that these are people that the people that you meet in this conference on campus, funny enough, and the people that you meet, I meet in the next conference. So for instance, when I was on campus for my religious activities, the people that I meet at the prayer walks or I mean that miracle service or that anointing service are the same people I meet in the other, I mean, big religious activities on campus. When I go for conferences to the same people I meet at those big conferences and seminars and virtual events, and the same people I keep on meeting over and over again. Am I making sense? So it makes you realize that these people are people that have a sense of purpose and direction. So when there's an opportunity, they quickly bring you in. They are not confused people. They have a purpose and they have a why. These are people that you should surely work with them. So please do not joke with this if you're on campus. The next thing is about support system. They become you get people in your network that become your mentors, your peers, and collaborators. I've not really had a mentor, but I have people that I think I speak to, I look for advice from. And I keep on saying that the person that I spoke to first that I saw as a mentor was Kojo, who I met at an event. So when we went for the event, we had opportunity to speak to two caliber of people because our mentors were in Australia and the local ones were in Ghana. So we were supposed to speak to one mentor who was white and one person that was in Africa, let me say outside or in Europe. So everyone was speaking to those people in Europe, Australia, and the rest. And I just sat down because I was confused. And I realized that as I keep on saying, I do things with a reason. I don't always have things figured out, but I always ask myself, what do I really want? So when I was looking at all the white people in the room, I realized that I don't speak to any of them. Like, I don't know what I really want at this point. But there was one guy in the room that I was like, let me speak to this guy because I saw something different when he was speaking. And this was because he briefly mentioned during the presentation that he was psychology.
Hello,
And I
hello,
was,
Ben.
hi.
Hello, Ben. Yeah, please.
Yeah,
On your when you were taking you said you caught on you said that everyone was speaking to those in Europe, but then you decided to. I think that one your line break.
my network went off. So can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. I hope MTN is not messing me up again. All right. So I was saying that I spoke to Kojo because during the sessions, Kojo took us through market research. You get it. I'm starting a business startup, and he spoke so much economics, and I was so confused and wild at the same time. How and why would you read psychology but understand so much economics? So I spoke to Kojo just for only 3 minutes of their entire, program. Then he told me I read psychology. He read psychology. Then he was in Hot Price and did 102 stuff. And he said one thing that changed my life. He told me that, Eben, I had so much dreams and so much purpose that I felt like Ghana wasn't ready for me. And I felt like the kind of experiences I sought for, I wasn't getting them in Ghana. So I had to jump on, projects that allowed me to meet people from around the world, jump onto things that will make me meet people that had a broader vision. And trust me, I felt like that because when I was in first year, I was very energetic. And throughout my course, I started dropping a bit because I realized that I wanted something more than just my degree. And that's when I realized that I could get that outside the classroom. And if I didn't speak to Kojo, I would have ended up with a class other than first class because I realized that the program was just not enough for me. Just didn't want a degree. I wanted something more than just that, more experiences, more, meaning to what I was doing on campus. You get the whole point. And just that 3 minutes of speaking to Kojo made me understand that even I wasn't different. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't mad at all. To feel like I wanted something more than a degree. To feel like I wanted to connect with people out there. So that 3 minutes of experience actually changed my entire life. And interestingly, most of my opportunities actually came through Kojo. And one thing I did with Kojo was that he actually believed me in a lot because he saw some synergies there. And one thing I was able to prove to him over the 3 years was the value I could actually also offer. So he's there and at times reach out to me that, oh, Ben, I'm doing this and I think your network will benefit from this. Oh, Ben, I think you can jump on the project by doing this. And trust me, I was able to prove over the years that this is the kind of value I would actually be able to offer his network. So if you have a question here, when you're asking yourself that, how do you give such big people, staff, or how do you contribute to them when they have everything? I've mentioned to you simply what he can also do. So I volunteered on some of his projects. And also when he has a prayer, I can tell him that, oh, I think I have access to this kind of students. I can share it this way and all that. You get him. So think about how to add value and not to ask Kojo, I want to go outside and become like you. So what do I do? Eventually, I also joined the Hot Prize. Since he mentioned, I became campus director and all that. So I don't know if you are picking lessons from here on how to add value to, your network. All right. So I put an
Yeah,
interesting slide here. Hi, Peter.
yeah. I was saying, I was acknowledging that yes, we did. Actually, I did.
Okay.
I did. And
Okay.
thank you
Thanks for
very
the
much.
feedback. All right. So it's helping me know whether you're on
Welcome.
track. All right. So the next part here is I put together levels of networking and what you can do at each stage. So you can ask yourself which of these do I want to start with. And the first one I put is passive exposure. And I define this as optimizing your LinkedIn profile and just engaging with industry content through webinars and social forums. So those kind of people that are on social media with, you can be on Instagram, but it's not your profile, you get it? And just consuming content. You are just not really doing anything, that kind of passive stuff, you get it? You don't really want anything there. Yours is just to engage and share. So you can start with this if you are new to LinkedIn. In 2019, when I joined, that's what I was doing. Just put my picture there. I just examined what goes on LinkedIn. How did they engage? What did they type there? What kind of experiences did they want? So I shadowed their platform for almost a year before I began. I just made sure I was following relevant stuff on there too as well. The next one I put together is light touch engagement. So you can like, you can comment, you can participate in alumni groups and community chats to build your presence gently. You get it? So do not force it. If you are now starting up to network, do not try to go all out there. You will lose momentum and you get surprised. The next thing is, which I hope everyone here gets to, is intentional outreach. After doing all this background stuff, make sure that you are being intentional about your networking. You are sending personalized messages and emails. You are joining breakout sessions. You go for conferences and there are small, meetings without meetings, like breakouts, you join the sessions. Make sure that you join them. Share your ideas, get noticed to as well. You get them. The next one too is after you reach out, make sure that you have relationships. And I think when I was speaking to Dr. Peters this week, he told me, Ben, one thing I think I've realized anytime he's in Canada, he told me one thing I've realized the Africans do mostly is that they assume I'm part of their network. They assume just talking to me on LinkedIn is just networking or I'm their friend. And I learned it the hard way. Look, you can talk to people, email them, engage with them on LinkedIn, meet them on campus groups, and trust me, they are not your connections. Until you are intentional about it, until you let them know that you are a connection to them. For instance, anytime that I make a friend, I verbally tell them, choose something or show it to them that I see you as a friend and I hope you see me as such. So that if I want accountability or responsibility, I'm able to demand it to get them. So at times we assume people are our friends, but funny enough, they're never our friends. And when we hold them accountable, they actually really, when did they become friends? That's the same way it happens with networking. So don't assume that person is your mentor because you speak to them and ask for advice. You'll be shocked the day you go and you mention that, hello, mentor, and they ask you, when were you mentoring? What were you even mentoring here? You get it. So make sure that mentoring is mentoring. Make sure that the relationship is also relationship in here. You get it. So you can schedule brief chats. You can follow up after events, offer valued insights and feedback. Let's move on to the next thing. That is how to message people and making sure that that message is also building a connection. So please craft clear, concise outreach messages. I think one student did an interesting thing this week. I interviewed him last week and he reached out to me and I was laughing. When he reached out to me, I knew he wanted to ask me how his interview went. I was just playing along. So he just reached out to me and said, hi, during the interview, I couldn't say bye-bye. I was like, hey, in my head, can you just go straight to the point? I know what you're going to ask for, you get it. But a strategy to make sure that you're not sound like a nuisance to people, you get it. So make sure when you DM people, you connect to people in person. You don't just blab all around, say fluffy stuff and all that. Let's at least know what you want. You get the whole point. It's not about going straight to the whole thing, but just trying to be professional and be concise and clear to us when we reach out to people. The next thing to is introduce who you are. So I think the question someone be asking is that, Eben, are you not doing too much? The guy wanted to just ask you, what was the way he would have gone about it? I think I would have just relaxed. So I don't just get results on that day, but a week we're home. So hi, Eben. I enjoyed the interview today and it was really, really, really a good experience. And I think there's one question you asked that I wanted more insight into. And I could answer that, oh, probably this is the answer to it, or this is what I expected. So from that way, you could realize that, oh, Eben thinks I answered the question well or not. And you just do not ask for feedback on that spot. You can probably ask a few more questions that would help you grow as well. Then you make Eben's mind go off the fact that you genuinely want to ask about your performance. You get him? Then with time, you just build that rapport, then ask what you want. You should not be trying to look for results on the spot there. It is just some way. So I hope this flag actually helps us to know how to reach out to people. The next thing is introduce who you are and what you offer when you reach out to people on LinkedIn. So for instance, I'll get a lot of students actually reaching out to me today. If you want to just network with me and say, hey, I'm part of a network, it's just great. So that we can just keep in touch so that I just know that you don't have to be messaging me every single day. I just there. If in the future I want to talk about something, I can just do it. It's fine. You get him. If you want to probably get me as a speaker on your program, so you can just go ahead. If you want to just tell me that I'm doing an amazing project that I want to join to, you can tell me what you offer. You get him. But by not just saying, hi, Ben, I am this and that, and I just want you to give me this opportunity. No. Tell me what you are doing in your school. Tell me the project you are doing and what you can offer. And then I could ask myself that how could you collaborate? You get the whole point. So please make sure that you look at this point very well. The next thing is that when you are connecting with people and messaging them, see it as an elevator pitch. Nobody, as I keep on saying, put yourself in the shoes of people. Nobody wants to read an entire AI generated message of 10 paragraphs for just one LinkedIn message. It's just too much. Just keep it brief but compelling. Also, please follow up when you don't get responses after a week or two. And please don't just ask, add appreciation to as well. So we go into much practical details too as well. So now, elevator page, as you can see the image there, it just comes from the idea elevators. Elevators, I've seen ones that take just even as brief as 7 to 10 seconds. And I mean, I just done with going to where you are going, you get it. So you should just see elevator pages as 30 to 90 seconds maximum. Opportunity to talk to someone that you admire or you realize that they have some value that you want to tap into. So what do you talk about during an elevator page? Who are you? What do you do? What are you looking for offering? And that's one thing we are emphasizing tonight. It's not about what you want. What are you also looking for or you are what offering to us for? Keep it under 45 seconds. You can practice until it feels natural. And the next thing too is that as you are networking, there are certain rules that you should follow. Please make sure that whether an in-person event or online. Hi, Peter, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Ben.
All right, make sure you're dressing appropriately for every networking occasion. One thing we teach our SC African interns is to make sure that they are dressing according to the occasion, but not doing too much because their work needs to speak for them. And not about putting on the best perfume so that when you walk, everyone can see that you've come into the room. No, just dress the occasion to suit it. Don't overdo it. You get them. Just stick to it. And because first impressions do matter. If you are going for a conference, a research conference, or I mean a seminar or something, and you know it's a formal event, dress to suit it. If it is a fun fair or entertainment, that you meet big people there too, dress to see the occasion. You don't have to go and put a student leader there where you bring a diary along to a fun fair and wear a suit. Please don't do that. The next thing too is that you may have to network with people over fine dining over time. You get in. Please make sure that you know how to use the right cutlery. If you do not, buy yourself a plate, a fork, and a spoon, and mark and start practicing today. There are amazing YouTube projects. If you don't know how to use them, you are on campus now. Please tell your roommates to always force you to use cutlery to eat for the next 2 weeks so that you practice them over time. You get them. And also, please do not joke with people's time. I mean, a CEO has given you an invite or opportunity to speak to them over coffee for 30 minutes or 15 minutes via Zoom, and you are joining late because of that undergraduate attitude or mindset where you feel like excuses are allowed. No, no wonder NSS wants to actually introduce military training into our curriculum. You get him. It's an opportunity. Don't come and say, hello, I have a lecture, it's over lab, my network did that, my network did that. Please, I feel like that's an undergraduate lifestyle, and you have to put them away if you want to be a professional and get opportunities. And also, please listen when you are networking. It's not about just wanting to hear the person that you answer and prove that you are good. So give me the intention, give me the opportunity. No, I feel like the best psychology that works when it comes to networking or friendships or people connections is when they feel like there's a connection through listening. You get them, you share ideas. Rapport is the basics here. When you're able to build a rapport with someone, trust start coming. They feel like I want to meet you again. So it's not about trying to sound big or trying to sound like you are deep. That will give you opportunities. No. Rapport is very necessary. Then please have confidence without being overbearing. You get it? Try to strike that balance. And when it comes to networking through the communities too, please find value-based communities. Please, as I said, campus is 4 years. It is long but short. To waste your time joining the wrong networks, please find values, the one that will make sure that you are growing and giving opportunities. Make sure that when you join, you are active, you are asking questions, you are engaging. There's a project, jump on it, join committees. Just don't be part of Statistics Student Association. Join the academic community, join the outreach community, join something and do something to get the soft skills. Also add value to people before you ask for support. Also be active but not passive. If you sit behind, opportunities will never come to you. You get it? So please take note of this. And how do you measure that your network is being effective? Please track your metrics. For instance, know how many new contacts you are getting, how many follow-ups, put them on paper. Know that I reached out to this person on LinkedIn and this person. That's one thing I started when I was new on LinkedIn. So I had a strategy. I wanted to connect with people that were in HR and psychology, and also people that were in UCC. Those were the three people I wanted to connect with for the basics. So I didn't start clicking connect, connect, connect. So when they accept and it's a UC student, I just go and quickly say, "Hi, Terence. It's nice meeting you. I'm Ebenezer, and I'm also in UCC campus. I'm reading psychology. It's nice to meet you, and hope you stay in touch." There is a mutual thing here. We are both in UCC. I want to learn, connect, and all that. The person is in psychology or clinical psychology. I'll say, "Hi, Mr. Asumisi. It's nice meeting you. I'm currently reading psychology. I'm in my first year, and I'm really enjoying the program. I realize that you're a clinical psychologist actually, Boo, and you are doing amazing. And I want to explore the clinical psychology, pathway, and thought I could stay in touch and most importantly, engage with your content that you've been sharing. And in the future, if I have any questions, I could reach out. I'm like, "Hi, Ben, you're welcome. Feel free to reach out anytime." And maybe some 2 months later, go and ask, "Hi, how you doing? I saw you post about this. Could you share some insight?" That kind of stuff, you get it. So when I finally want an internship in Teddy, as I said, I don't always look for results on the spot. It's about 2 years issues or 3 years later. And they'll be like, "Oh, hey, Ben, yeah, great. You mentioned some time ago. Great, I have a spot here. Would you want to jump on it?" So try to know what you're doing. Follow up. When you see an amazing profile on LinkedIn, just do not connect and forget. Send a follow-up. "Hi, Terence. It was great reading your post about how you secured the scholarship to University of Toronto. That's really an amazing feat. And I thought I could just reach out to congratulate you." It's just as simple as that, genuinely congratulating them. Then once in a while, reach out, "Oh, how's your grad school going? I hope you have an amazing time," or something. They'll be like, "Okay, maybe they'll just respond or not." You get him. Then some other time, "Oh, hi, I'm applying for the same program at Toronto. I thought I could just ask how your experiences are going." You see, I want them to review my CV for me for grad school in 2 years' time, but I'm starting in a very nice way, but at least showing genuine interest in them, following their post, and later on going to what I want. It's not manipulation at all. It's just the basis of human psychology and relations. And the next thing too is qualitative measures. Are you getting industry insight? Are you getting advice, or your network are using you? Maybe that person you think is a mentor is always asking you to proofread their work, and maybe their grad students enter their data for their statistics analysis and all that. Make sure that you're asking yourself the hard questions. And also set a timeline. So you all know the SMART goals: specific, measurable, attainable, or actionable, and result driven, time bound. You get them. So evaluate your progress every 2 weeks, every 2 months. Give timelines to it. Feedback. Ask your mentors from time to time, "How am I doing your internship?" Ask for feedbacks. Just don't go back and come back later and be confused. The next thing to is develop a networking plan. Now, how your network goes. For instance, I drew this plan level 100, so I knew who I wanted to speak to, in which industry, when to do that, how to do that. You get them. Also, know the channels you want to use. Is it LinkedIn? Is it about industry events? So I joined, a group called Cape Coast Connect. If you're in Accra, there's Accra Connect, Kaswa Connect, Tama Connect, Tech Credit Connect, Kumasi Connect. Look them up. It's called Barcamp events. You can join them and connect with people. I like small groups. That's where I feel very easy. If you look for me on WhatsApp, realize that the big groups I don't talk there. It's only those 5 groups, 7 groups. That's when you see me signing stickers and I mean feeling free. You get it. So if you feel like you try with those small groups, feel free and join them. The next thing to is execute whatever plan that you have. Don't sit on it. And the next thing to is make sure that you are measuring your success. When you have listed the people that you are networking with, you cannot remember, oh, I've not reached out to Mr. A, B, C in the last 3 months. Let me quickly check up on them. Go and stalk them on LinkedIn. Oh, they began a master's program. Check up on them. Make sure you are being very intentional. That's how people genuinely come to like you too as well. And how do you make the most out of catch up? So probably you've met Aben today, you've met Terrence, or I mean, what's the other girl's name? Is it Charlotte today? And you want to catch up with them because I'm coming to Kumasi. Okay. So I'll be coming for the University Career Fair, I think next 2 months, July or so. So you'll be like, oh, hi, Ben. I saw you post that coming to University in July. We didn't have the opportunity to spend me 10 minutes or 20 minutes to speak. I'll be like, okay, can we meet up at maybe the University Mall exactly at 12:30 and have a conversation about, over coffee? You get it? So before you meet Aben, prepare, research, and know why you're meeting Aben. Know how to engage, listen to Aben. You know, I like talking. So probably you may know ahead of time that Aben may want to talk. And Aben is someone that also likes to ask you what you think. If you realize today that I always keep on asking, Peter, I mean, what do you think? Can you answer? So I'll surely ask you what your ideas are. You get the whole point. So just listen genuinely and participate as well. Balance without dominating. You know why you want to meet Aben? Probably you want to learn about our internship at SU Africa, you get him. So maybe I'm talking too much and I'm not getting to the point, and you may want to probably chip that in. Know how to do it, strike that balance. And lastly, to after I'm done with Kane Westy, send me a follow-up message, say hi, but just nice meeting you. I enjoyed A, B, C, and D. I can't remind that you plan to send me this document or so. That kind of stuff. Then you build a rapport. Please normalize having catch-ups with big people. It's a nice thing. I learned it I think a year ago. That's why I started trying to do it. So I had an experience with one celebrity entrepreneur on LinkedIn. It was a very good experience. I was coming to Accra, I asked him, we want to catch up over coffee. And I mean, that was a great time, you get it. And gave me opportunities to as well. So feel free to ask for virtual meetups or in-person coffee catch-ups. I know you're in Ghana and you'd be like, why coffee? If you want to do so bolo, you can do so bolo. It's totally fine. So let's move on to the next part. So how do you ask powerful questions when you're catch up with someone? You get them. So we can ask them questions about their origin, their background. So when you're in university, I mean, what did you do differently? What has helped you get started in this field? What keeps you going? Those kind of genuine conversations you get in. Their journey, industry insights, then collaboration too as well. You get it. So always make sure that you have a call to action. Okay, so that's amazing. Your company is moving into the green space now. And I think my project work for my final thesis is looking at how to do ABSC in the green space. Would you mind if I share the insights with you as a graduation? And I'm like, perfect, perfect, perfect. That kind of stuff you get it. That is how you're adding value. That's how you are asking for NSS opportunities without really asking. You get it. So make sure that you know how to offer value. I think I have a lot to go, but I'll be summarizing very soon. So this slide looks pretty bulky, but let's follow very well. So if you're at in-person events, how do you make sure you are networking well and you are standing out? This is because I keep on saying when students meet big men at conferences and seminars, most of them ask for the same thing. I want your contact. I want your contact. I want your LinkedIn handle. I want your number. I want internship. I want scholarship. I'm not eating. Like strange. I'm not saying they're strange, they're genuine stuff. But how do you become that different person amongst the thousands of students that are asking for numbers? So one, the first 10 seconds matter. For professionals, please learn the hard way. A firm handshake is very necessary. I know in our culture, I mean, when someone shakes you, you have that weak handshake and all that. But if you watch in movies, you realize that the banking space where people are wearing suits, when they meet, they get up, give them a very firm handshake, look into their eyes. That is how you should also be ready to be professional because it builds trust. You get them. So maintain that eye contact during your meetups in person or online. And also, don't make it look rushed. make sure that they feel your presence and they enjoy talking to you. Make it about them. They can't give representation. Don't come and talk about your all your project work, your internship, your apps, and all that. You get them. Know how to put some psychology here and make it about the people too as well. So one thing that helped me some 3 years or 4 years, I keep mentioning this experience, was that I had followed this gentleman for about 5 years or 4 years on Facebook those days. And I really loved what he was doing. But interestingly, I never DM'd him. So we went for this program, and when we closed, everyone was asking for his contact. Then I quickly went to him and said, "Hi, I've been following you for about 4 years. And I think one of the projects I've really enjoyed is you doing this." I'm like, "Hey, you know what? This is something that really means a lot to me. Can you take my number and let's talk about this?" He never gave his contact to any person in the room apart from me. And how did I do it? Because of a genuine interest. There is this man I've been wanting him to mentor me for, I think about for 2 years now. Let me mention one person's name. It's like Albert Okran. I really love Albert Okran a lot. I wanted to be my mentor, and I've never reached out to him. I've never had the opportunity to meet him. But the opportunity to meet him was through the Central Leadership Program, which I wanted to sign up, but I missed the deadline. You get him. So you can genuinely follow Albert Okran for 4 years, follow his ministry, follow what he's doing with the Springboard Roadshow and all that. And when the fun opportunity comes, you're able to stand out. You get it. So genuinely invest in people, getting to know them, and don't rush it. The D-Day would come to as well. And the next thing too is please make sure that you position yourself and you're not desperate. As I said, don't try to look for internships right on the spot or money or something. Don't look desperate. Don't try to be pushy with your CVs and all that. You get in. I just ask for a brief advice or something and just know how to ask for that CV review that you want also. And another way, which I think today we are all realizing here, is that you need to get noticed without speaking. And I think that is how I was able to land 2 or 3 jobs before graduation, because at conferences, I will surely speak. I know where I'm coming from, and I knew I didn't want to become unemployed or looking for jobs after school. I knew the stress that it comes with, and I knew how adulthood was difficult. So during events, I made sure I was speaking up. I was raising up my hands. I was asking thoughtful and insightful questions, and not just generic ones or something that had answers online. You get them. So sit in front, volunteer during the Q&A sessions, engage the speakers afterward. Don't just go for attempting and leave after that. Speak to the speakers there, and just don't be focused on your peers because you are shy. There's some of us who cannot go to places without our friends. I'm also like that. Certain places I can't go without my friends being with me, getting. But at times, not isolate and go and speak to the speakers. And also, I talk about dressing too as well. So, for instance, I'm a Rotaract member. I'm with Rotary International. So, I may put on my pin so that when I go there and that man who's the Rotary, like, "Oh, yeah, in Rotary. Oh, yes. Oh, amazing. Which club are you with?" And you realize that he's paying attention to me than every single person there. So, know how to go and be different there. The next thing is about online. Hi, Emmanuel or Harold from Access. Please, how many minutes more do I have?
So time is actually up, but then I think you can continue and just
Okay, just give me 10 minutes.
yeah.
Let me wrap this up. Okay, so the next thing is that when it comes to LinkedIn and emails, please lead with relevance. You get them. As I've talked about how to reach out to people, I think I've emphasized it enough. So make sure that you point to something that is very specific. Keep it natural and brief. Follow up with substance. Utilize tools in email and LinkedIn. So email, for instance, let's say you can create a networking label. So that any person that you code email, you move that person to the label so they can easily follow up. You get him. And also follow etiquette when it comes to email. Do not email professors or CEOs on Saturdays and Sundays. It is just inappropriate. You get it? There is something called scheduling email. Schedule your email to deliver on Monday morning, 7 or 8 o'clock. You get it? Unless they are overly comfortable with that, do not do that. It is a spam. The next thing too is, even in WhatsApp, follow those basic rules. Do not be emailing, texting people on WhatsApp about work and those kind of stuff on Saturdays or Sundays. Please avoid that. Add a note when connecting on LinkedIn. So remember that when you're connecting on LinkedIn, they will ask, "Do you want to add a note?" Most of us click without, you get it. So for instance, if you want to network with me after here, I'll surely accept everyone's network. I really want to get to know all of you. But you can just add, "Hi Ben, I enjoy your presentation and I thought I could do A, B, C, or D, or I thought I could get to know more." You quickly add it. So just in case, let's say I'm a big man, assuming I'm a big man, and I have 15,000 followers, I don't have time to connect with every single person. That note makes you stand out, and I may want to get to know who you are. You get it? And also, I've talked about how to make sure that when people connect with you, you add a message or not. And one thing I do recently is that when any person, quote unquote, big person connects with me, I'm like, hey, wow, when did you see me? Why do you want to connect with me? So after a day, they don't message me. I'll go and say hi, and blah 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 blah. We have interest in this, mutual interest, and we're both in HR. And I ask a question, you get it? Because I feel like you saw my profile somewhere. Maybe you have an opportunity for me, and I never reached out first. So please do not sit on your LinkedIn and your e-portfolios. And don't forget to link your e-portfolios. All right. So before you DM, please don't send cold emails to high-profile professionals out of nowhere without engaging. For instance, I am very good at stalking. If you are telling me you're interested in something I'm doing, you don't follow my pages, you don't follow what I'm doing, you don't attend my webinars, and you want me to review your CV for you, that's a big red flag. You just want to use me, you get the whole point. I'm talking about networking today, and you don't join. I want favors for me. It's not appropriate. It's not nice. You get them. Also, engage with their posts, comments, postful ones, and all that. Let your name become familiar before you appear in their inbox. I think I'm giving experiences about all this. So the pro tip is titles or preferred names should be used. I've told you severally that Aben is fine with me, and come and be adding Mr. Say Aben in LinkedIn. It seems so forced to me. I feel like you're just not natural. Because I like to connect with people that are very natural and not forced because it feels like pretense to me and it scares me a lot. You get it? So Aben is just fine with me. Go with it. If you are DMing professors or people out there, stick to their titles. Doctor, professor, never get it wrong or JSL or Madam is definitely the wrong way to cold email people. There are so many AI tools out there that can make you get to know people's titles. Do that deep search so that you get it right. Because those people are always getting DMs and it becomes overwhelming. So to stand out, don't joke with titles. On the in-person side, please personalize your messages. Just because you have chewed your elevator page doesn't mean you should use the same thing all over and over again. You get him. And don't just beg for jobs or just say pick me, pick me. Reference something they said that strikes you. Mention a mutual connection. So I realized that we went to Kane University and you were in this faculty. Do you remember Mr. ABC? Or they're like, oh yeah, he taught me. And the conversation keeps on going, you get him. So let's take it from there. So this was supposed to be an exercise, but I think I have exhausted much time. So this was about how to reach out to professionals to ask for advice via email. So I would speak to Access K University after here and see how best I could share this template with you. Another one too was how to reach out to people on LinkedIn, a sample message. And also, let's say you had opportunity to network with someone and you want to close your page. Just don't leave it open. Hi, I am Terrence, I'm computer science, I work at this radio station, I do A, B, C, or D, and you just end then no. You can end with things like, okay, so I really admire what your company is doing in this technology space where they do A, B, C, or D, and I love it to get in. And I've been thinking about this idea. That kind of thing makes it open-ended, and they may want to tell you the amazing things they are doing, and even ask you, would you want to explore intentions with us sometime other time you get in? I recently saw your interview on TV about this or this. I wanted to ask you, do you think Ghana is maybe ready for A, B, C, or D? Like, oh, I think this kind of topic is this, that, that, that. You get to questions like this is a way to actually end. I have more here. Talk about your project work, what you've learned, and what are new overcomers often overlooking. Looking for advice is one great way to end. Looking for perspectives. And you can ask them, let's say you want an internship. And you want to turn in your CV for an application. So you can just act now ahead of time. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, what do you think Vodafone Ghana is really looking for, or Telecel is looking for emerging talents? And I would really want to make sure that I'm focused on the right skills. Oh, recently, I think our interns that come in are really doing amazing. They are really confident. But one thing that I think that they should really do is to probably learn this skill or that. And you're like, oh, this is what they look out for. You get them. Exactly. So the next thing, so you can ask questions about your project work. Can you share it with them? I've emphasized on that and blah, 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 blah. So this is the end of my presentation. It's been amazing connecting with you guys. Thanks so much, Terrence. Thanks so much, Charlotte, Peter, all the amazing people that share their insights. Looking forward to your questions from here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ebenezer. Sorry. Thank you very much, Ebenezer. I really learned.
Thank you very much.
I don't have any question because I really understood what you said. And the questions I had to you clarify them for me. Thank you.
You're welcome, Peter, and thanks so much for engaging. All right. So I think I'll handle. Okay. Emmanuel, so do I ask the questions or you would moderate that?
Oh no, you can answer the questions. That's fine.
All right. So, if you have a question, can you just raise up your hands. I'll check in the chat room, so just in case you want to type. So, any questions, any challenges that you've been facing with networking or showcasing that you want to get help with, or you want to refine your story? Okay. Hi, Emanuela, go ahead.
Okay. Hello. Thank you so much for your presentation. So I think during the second presentation, you made mention of something. So assuming you want to reach out to someone via the online platform, and you have to introduce yourself and probably what you have to offer. And then let's assume in instances where you really don't have something to offer, but then the main thing is you want to understudy another person because you found something that the person have that you don't have. So at the moment you really don't have anything to offer, then probably understudy from the person through some, maybe probably through serving the person. How do you go about that too? Because if I'm to test you and find some bases I have with you I can initiate or need to get your attention, I believe sometimes it can be difficult for other people. So in in those instances, what do you suggest the person do? Thank you.
Okay, Emanuela, so is there about how do you reach out to people at times when you really don't have anything to offer, but you want mentorship, right?
Yeah, exactly at the moment.
Okay, so I think that's when elevator pitches come here. And let me clarify, it's right to absolutely DM people and not try to sound like you're offering something. I do not always, try to sit down the right spot, as I keep on saying. It's when it comes to certain sites, I have to my elevator pitch to get him. So hi, I'm Manuela, and I'm in University studying information technology, and my goal after school is to get in probably cybersecurity, and my cousins of University have introduced me to this aspect of cybersecurity, and I think Ghana really needs it. And I think XD company, what you guys are doing is to, do this or do that. So you do your pitch, like just do a good pitch to them, you get them, and tell them about your desire to understudy, you get them, the desire to, get mentorship. So even a way to ask, without directly say mentorship is, I want to find out, are there avenues through which you give mentorship to students? I don't even get the point. I didn't ask that I want to be mentored, you get it. Are there avenues where students that want to get into cybersecurity or join your company gets to get more insights, are there webinars, are there programs or specific mentorship programs? You see, I'm making it more broader. Emanuela, are you following?
Yes, please, I'm following.
Hi, Emanuela, can you hear me?
Yes, please, I'm following.
Yeah, so it's not I've made it broader. I'm just showing something. It's not like, oh, like I'm really a busy person. I've never had a chance to really mentor people. I'm really, really busy. And like, okay, so genuinely, I really thought I could be a mentee and maybe learn A, B, C, D, and D. Because you present a very strong and say, okay, maybe some other time. Then you would say, okay, I will really stay in touch via LinkedIn and all that. And read your posts. But I hope if I have any questions in the future, I can reach out. Like, oh, surely feel free to shoot me a DM. That kind of vibe you get him. That's when you realize that you have to stay connected, ask questions. By the time you realize the relationship is there, and you become an indirect mentee, or in the future become a mentee. So I don't know, Emanuela, it's quite complex, but I hope there's a solution to what I'm saying.
Thank you. I got
Yeah, so feel free to ask for help on like the first time. Feel free. Yeah, but it depends on how you put it. Yeah. Hi, Charlotte. Please go ahead.
Thank you.
Very much, sir. I want to ask a very practical question. Before I do, thank you so much for your presentation. I think I've gained a bit insight, much more insight into how I'm going to conduct myself and speak to the next relevant professional I meet. So the practical question I wanted to ask, so with regards to this seminar, quite a number of speakers have come on, and I have done due diligence to connect with most of them via LinkedIn. Now, from this session, I've learned that since they are connected back, it is important that I text them with the reason why I connected and everything. But you made mention of the fact that we should not, if I got it properly, we shouldn't make requests on the first on the get-go, right? So is it appropriate for me to text and say, oh, I learned so and so from your delivery this time, and I want to ask this and that on the first in the first message?
Okay,
My
Charlotte.
question is, yeah.
Okay, that's a great question. So as I clarified with Emanuela's session is that, I mean, you can always ask for stuff, you get it. But as I said, be very careful for what you're asking and how you ask it, you get it. So I'll ask you again, Charlotte, what's your goal? So just imagine, I mean, Peter was a speaker and you connected with him. What do you want from Peter? That's where I'll start from. What do you want from Peter?
You expect an answer?
Yeah, because as I said, everything's about goals and why, you get him. So your why will tell you if you can take it slow or you can do it on the spot. I didn't get the point.
Okay.
If it's something you can build over time, then you can take your time and build that relationship with him. But if you feel like I won't get to meet this person again, just a day event, I don't have their LinkedIn or number, then you should know how to ask for it. I don't even get a point. So the why to connecting to Peter is what will help. So let's say Peter is CEO for Telecel Ghana, has intentions and he spoke, he gets him. Then you should know that you should have a strategy to reach out to them. So I feel like it's all about paper plans. Sit down, ask yourself, what do I want? Put yourself in that person's shoes, the rank, and you build a strategy. So I cannot really build it for you, but you can sit down and put yourself in that shoes and see when does the internship day start? When can I build that relationship? How often would they respond? You get it?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Or if you feel like at times LinkedIn, I feel like people on LinkedIn are really nice. Trust me, that's the perfect opportunity for you to connect with people. They'll get you responsive. So if you feel like LinkedIn messages have to be short, or I can rather do a page via email, then you can do that. So, hi Peter, thanks so much for the amazing session you had about e-portfolio development. I recently developed my portfolio and I was struck by this question. I was asking, can I include this or that? I'm like, oh yeah, go ahead and add this. Okay, Peter, so I'm done with the session, my portfolio, and I thought you could get a look at it. Also, then he may reply, well, I don't really have the space or that, but I think it should look good. Then I tell them, oh, I've shot you an email about certain discussion I wanted to have with you. Then you can do a very good email about why you want them to mentor you or ask about internships, you get it.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so the platform differs. I don't know. It's quite complex. It just comes with time. The more you practice, the more you get comfortable with it. So you just be fine. So shoot me a message anytime and let's just see how I could help you talk to that person that you want to do. I mean, build that relationship with. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. So that's my last promise for today. Before I get too many requests about helping people on certain stuff. Terry, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so I have this question. So probably it's a basic question to everybody, but then I just wanted some clarity. So I think I was privileged to attend one SEO program last semester there about, and after that I approached one of the guest speakers, the lady, and I think everybody there was asking her to be like their mentor. And then she posed the question that once you're able to connect with her, and then you can get advice from her day to day when you text her. Why the need for that tag, like a mentor and all that. So that brings me to my question. So I don't know, I've heard like people talk like sessions like this, talk about having mentors. And then I remember you also spoke about how you wish I think one Mr. I've forgotten his name. Yeah, one Mr. should be your mentor or that. So I wanted to ask, is there like what's the real thing behind having a mentor? Is it like if you can get somebody who you can ask questions from and then you can follow their post to get to know what they're interested in? Is there something more, or does the mentor title in a way bring extra benefits in the sense that maybe the person is now entitled to maybe help you with a job or something like that. I just wanted that clarity.
Yeah, so Terrence, I think I'll circle back to my very basic question always, the whys and the goals. So I think that would we take it from there, right? Why do you want to connect with Mrs. X and Z? Get it? If it's about getting more insights and she has a whole newsletter, sign up for it to get him. If she has a book club, join. If she goes for conferences or does virtual events, join. That is enough. You get it. So the benefit of mentors, as I said, it's always based on your whys. But the basic one is to get guidance from people that have been above, like I mean, walk the same path you've walked, had experiences that you could tap into. And most importantly, you don't make the mistakes that you make. When we are growing up, we make a lot of trials and errors. We try A, if it doesn't work, we try B or C. But the sad part is that by the time you go through C, you've already died. These people are able to survive going through plan A, B, C, or D, getting. So you don't have to go through that kind of experiences and go through that pain. They give you that kind of insight. So once again, that's the basic idea behind mentorship. But I would always keep on saying that once you cannot tell me your why, so I become like that woman. If you can't tell me your why, I cannot help you. You get him. Now there's a person that once in a while shares, insights. So just follow her LinkedIn. If it's enough for you, that is fine. Are there avenues? I think I gave forgotten who that was, Emanuela. That is a question you could actually ask the person. Are there avenues through which you are able to connect with students to share insight aside your LinkedIn? Like, oh, so you can sign up for our East Africa program. You have what's the name? The Young Women in Global Market, the Young Women in Corporate Finance. If you join that session, you get opportunity to get mentored by her, get it. So that's something that you would have not got to know if you didn't ask her about the other avenues. Are we good? So let me share my experience about this. So in 2022, Bank of America came to campus through East Africa, right? And when they came, I wanted to get into Bank of America badly. And there was one of these staff I got in touch with. Unfortunately, she's not on social media. She rather can engage with her via email. So when I got her email, I sent her a very good message and she shared the insights with me. And made me understand that she cannot further engage because she's really busy at work. And rather gave me someone I could speak to. Now, my goal has been solved, right? That is to get back from America. I'm not getting there though, but I mean, there's someone that has walked that path that she has led me to give me insight. I don't know, Terrence, if this has become a bit simpler. So it's all about your goals, the fines, how can you achieve it, and you're good to go. Okay, all right. So before I go on with other questions, I just want to talk about SU Africa. So where I work, we are a talent development organization, an NGO, and we help students like you to get the tools and resources that you need to succeed in your careers and also beyond, and make sure that we're also developing your potential so that you can also help contribute to Africa's development. So we have amazing internship programs, which are the international ones and the local ones. So for international ones, we partner with Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Linklaters, Bloomberg, and the others to give fully funded and paid summer internships. So that means you do not pay a penny to get into our programs. You just apply, and if you're successful, we help you apply to these firms and go for the internships. If you want to get into our local programs like our NSS program, that's called the in-country program, we partner with top financial institutions in the private equity space, investment banking, engineering, and the others, which recently closed. So if you're in third year, keep an eye on it next year. We also have our Joint Graduate program, which many of you here may have heard about too as well. So that's what we do. We have the MBA launch pass. If you're a graduate here and you want to get into top schools like Harvard, Oxford, and the rest to join our sessions, follow our LinkedIn, and you'll be able to get to know all about this. So please visit our website today to learn about the opportunities that we have for students like you to grow and succeed in your careers. Thank you. SEO. So S is for sponsors, E is for educational, and O is for opportunities. Sponsors for educational opportunities in Africa. Thank you very much. So Terrence is our campus ambassador. So if you want to learn more about us, you can just send him a quick DM and you can connect with him. Hi, Okatechi.
Hello, Mr. Reza. Yeah, good evening. In fact, thank you very much for such insightful and impactful summit. Honestly, I'm joining from Amstead Mampong campus.
Okay, great.
And I have really learned a lot. In fact, I wasn't having any idea about all this, but since you started to now, in fact, I've really learned a lot. But I have a personal challenge that I want you to help me to address it.
Yeah, please go ahead,
I
Okatechi.
I just came across one prominent man who is in a line of my field of study. So I've been observing him for a while, and I wanted to step into his blessing so that he can mentor me. By the first day I approached him, I used the method that you were saying, my and other stuff. He was saying, say, oh, me a busy person, many a time long chat. So I was free to request for his maybe linking or other stuff. And he was saying, say, you come to come the next time. The next time I went, he wasn't around. And after about several occasions, so I was asking myself, so am I not offending of trying to maybe getting him or bringing attention? So if you can
Okay.
assist me through.
Okay, that's amazing. And it's great to have resilience. I mean, people like that want people that would want have that are go-getters. So the first thing I'll ask is that are there other avenues through which you can learn from this person? In his job, do they have graduate training programs? Do they have internship programs? Do they organize in-person programs that you could actually tap into?
Okay, honestly, that's what I wanted to research on, but I haven't gotten any search as I speak. I haven't got any search like that.
Yeah, so if are you still in school?
Yes, please. I'm writing my exam. I'll have my last paper tomorrow, if God willing.
Oh, thanks for joining. That's amazing. Yeah. So, I mean, you can target this person if you believe that getting to a company would be a great way to get in touch with them. You get it. Yeah. As I said, just use it as a slow process, but sure. I think it took me 3 to 4 years to get certain people I want to get into my life. You get them. So just do not rush it. Just
In
give
fact,
it
you have
time. You
really
get it.
motivated me. You have really motivated me a lot. I was very happy once you were hammering on like trials, how you really side back and assess yourself, consulting your friends, engaging their opinions before you move on. In fact, it has really inspired me a lot. And I'm
I'm
going to
glad. Yeah.
type into search procedure and to also be able to explore. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure. So you can also revert to a junior colleague in his office. You get it. So let's say the CEO, you could probably connect with an analyst or let's say an NSS person or a recent employee in their workplace. You get him. Connect to them, say they are your peers. Understand that you want to, get to be mentored by the CEO. You want us to get certain insights. You get it, or so that you can
Okay,
maybe let
I
you get.
took that opportunity.
Mhm.
I took that opportunity. That was my second alternative. And the guy was saying,
Okay.
that, this is a consulting the boss. And I said, the person I've consulted first, you two are going to consult him. So I was saying, yeah,
Okay.
fine.
All right, so just for now, just don't push again. You can just follow up a
Yes,
few months, but when you're
okay.
doing that, you can just do a quick email, but just make sure that you just really want something from it. You get it. So let's say it's a project you recently did that's relevant to their company. You can tell him that I just wanted to follow up once again with kind of conversations. Understand you have a busy this one, you don't have the bandwidth. But I wanted to just share my recent project with you, which I believe will do A, B, C, or D. Just keep people posted about my progress. I wanted to get insight into this or that. I wanted to confirm if you are also fine with me reaching out for certain insights one or twice, like once in a while. So once you're able to get his feedback on certain insight that you want, I think it's just fine. And you'll be good to go.
Powerful, powerful. Thank you very much for your consult. And
You're
in fact,
welcome.
I may like to know your that NGO system handle so that I will follow. Then I will learn more from it. Thank you.
All right. So tell me to put in a chat for you. Thank you. So let me take the last two questions so that we could hand over to Access University. Okay, so if that's it, then I'll say thank you much, everyone, for the great feedback. I'm glad it's sounded practical. And I know behind the scenes, the challenges will be there. You hear voices. You would want to ask yourself, is this really paying off? And one thing I'll say for sure that when you start showcasing and networking, it's a very lonely road. You may lose friends. You may have that thought of, am I doing too much? You may not see the results, but please push. But always get your why, help your motivation, and also make sure you have a call to action and be good to go. Have a great evening, everyone, and let's stay in touch.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Sari. God bless you for such an insightful session. So we have some announcements from Harold. So if Harold, if you're online, you can kindly take over now.
Well, hello everyone. I hope you can all hear me.
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
That's wonderful. All too soon, we've come to the end of our 3-week training. I hope everyone had a marvelous time. Everyone was able to learn a lot. So would love to hear your feedback. We'll be sending an exit survey for you to fill so that
Please, you are muted.
Okay, so I said we'll be sending you an exit survey so that you share with us what you learned, what you picked up, the areas for improvement going forward. Again, this is the last class we'll be meeting together, but we'll have an official exit meeting at the end of the month. The date will be confirmed and communicated to you. Ahead of that, if we're unable to follow all the sessions, you've not done the assignments, the grace period has been given from now till 28th of May to complete all the tasks. You must do all your assignments, complete your e-portfolio before you are certified. Certification will be based on recommendation from your e-coaches. So what you are going to do is once you are done with your e-portfolio, make sure you submit it to your e-coach for them to review it. Then they will submit your name to us for certification. So that is if you are interested in being certified, which I believe we all are. Let's make sure that we submit our e-portfolio, we've completed the assignments, and we've also engaged with our e-coaches so that our names will be on the recommended list. So please, if also you do not have an e-coach or your e-coach is not engaging with you, you can feel free to reach out to me personally on the page and I'll make sure that is also sorted out for you. So if I think I'll take maybe 1 or 2 questions. If there are no questions, then we can end today's session. Thank you. Okay, I'm reading that some people do not have e-coaches. So if you do not have an e-coach, kindly reach out to me personally, DM me on WhatsApp. This information I would relay it again on the WhatsApp platform. So yes. So thank you all so much for joining. Yes, Mr. Safas.
Yes, please. I've done that, but it seems you've not gotten back regarding the e-coach.
All right, so kindly send me a hi again right now, and I would get to you promptly.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so it's been lovely having all of you here for the past 3 weeks. So
Hi, Aroj.
yes.
Hi, Aroj. So please, I'm pushing a link to a networking guide that I just uploaded to Google Drive. So you can just check the charts and okay, so let me send it to everyone. So they can just download this before they drop off the call. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, so let's all click on it and download the networking guide. And we'll also be sure to upload it into the classroom for those who were not able to join today's session but would watch the recorded version to know what we did today. The PDF is also here. So yes, I think we are done for today, but we'll just leave it active for a few minutes for those who are yet to download it. Then after the host will end the meeting. So thank you all. We'll keep engaging you on the WhatsApp platforms. If there are any clarifications you need, please do not hesitate to reach out to me and I'll get back to you.
Hello, Mr. Harold.
Yes, please.
Please, I just want to ask this. Is this program is just arranged or it was there for only KNUST students or anyone can join at all?
Oh, anyone can join. So ideally it was targeted for final year students.
The reason I'm saying that is the first day I joined, as the assignment was given, it was in a group form, but it seems most of the group were KNUST students and they will be saying, say, I'm in group 4, and he'll be mentioning his course. And it seems I was alone, so I couldn't contribute and I wasn't having a group to join. That's why I don't have e-coach and other stuff. So I think if you can help me so that I can also be fully I contribute to the session. Thank you.
Okay.
And
Are you
I'm
on
still
the
student.
WhatsApp platform?
And I say no. I was sent this link from a friend from Tech Campus. That's why I joined.
Oh, okay. So you can text your number to me in the chat. You can send it to me personally.
Okay, thank you.
No.
You didn't join with any other machine?